Oh yes, first of all, we kind of got to do the Eloy. Shout out to my boy Mike. Mikey has been our baseball big three. He's no longer
Yeah.
with us this season, so we're gonna revamp it a little bit. We're gonna come
He's
into y'all
still our
with
content producer.
yes, still our
In the
content producer.
arms of the angel.
Right, still sending those links and those parlays and everything. But
Yeah.
we're gonna go with a show this season called Hine Outside, bro. It's gonna be real fun. Courtney's locked in with hockey right now, but when she's available, we're gonna bring her back. We got my boy Kyle's gonna be my Chicago Cubs correspondent. He's been active in the chat today. We got a couple great segments that we got coming for y'all. It's gonna be real interactive, and we're gonna have a good time with the coverage this year. So let's get right to it, Courtney. Our way too early predictions. We do this every year. This is year 3 now. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna run down the list of MVP, Cy Young, and who we think is gonna win the pennant. I'll give you the betting odds, the top 4, and then we go from there. If you got somebody that's a surprise, just let me know.
I
And
love me a good dark horse. I do love a good dark horse.
And before we get into it, we got to shout Courtney out because she
was
the Mets, Bobby Witt, the Royals.
She was spot on last year. Yeah.
Eric Scooble, Cy Young.
Yeah,
I
Scooble,
know ball,
yes.
baby. I know ball.
Definitely a vet in the game. So we're gonna kick it off with the AL MVP odds. Your guy last year, Aaron Judge, he still leads all the odds right now. We got Bobby Witt second, Gunnar Henderson, and fourth is he plays on the team that you hate, Yordan Alvarez. So who you got for AL MVP?
AL MVP, I really have Bobby Witt Jr. taking that next step up and winning this season. And that isn't to say that I don't think that Aaron Judge will still have an incredible MVP caliber season. But I do think that he might slightly regress, just not having Juan Soto in that lineup with him right next to him. I think Bobby Witt checks all the boxes of everything you want in an MVP candidate. Last year, I know people don't really like to use batting average, but dude batted 332. Do you know how fucking hard that is to do over a full season of baseball? 109 RBI, 45 doubles, 11 triples, 32 home runs, 31 stolen bags. Incredible defensive athlete. I just feel like he checks all the boxes of everything you want in an elite MVP player. I think it's Bobby Witt Jr.
Scott, who you got?
I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna let y'all cook. I have no idea. That's what
I respect it. But no, Courtney, it's ironic, we didn't plan this wearing green, but I do also have Bobby Witt as the AL MVP. I think Bobby really takes that next step. Like last year was really, his proven season, and he proved to us that he was a guy that belongs. I know it's a lot of hype. Gunnar Henderson, I think, is going to have another incredible season. I think the Orioles are going to be really, really good. I will get into that later. Mm-hmm. And I'm with you about Aaron Judge. I think losing that protection of Juan Soto in the lineup, while he's still great, he'll still put up numbers. I don't think he'll have an MVP type year this season. So I'm definitely, I'm going to rock with Bobby Witt as well, bro. I hate to say it, but I think, Kansas City, they are really building something, really nice down there. So we'll see what they go. Let's
my dark horse, though, if I may, for AL MVP. And I'm going to sound like a total homer, but it's Wyatt Langford. If Wyatt Langford can come into the league and come back and he can be healthy, and that's one of the things that I was hesitating about Gunnar Henderson. I'm worried about how much time he might miss this season. And that's one thing that kind of obviously, and it's something that we'll get into it when we talk about NL MVP. It's health, right? That's the only thing that might give me pause about in my NL MVP pick. But we'll get to that right now.
Yeah.
Yo, Gunnar is such a Bass Pro Shops name.
Like, it's a perfect baseball name, bro.
Like he says nigga at home. Like
that's crazy. But no, my AL dark horse is somebody who really struggles with injury, but like whenever he plays, he puts up numbers. He's also in the AL Central. Is Royce Lewis. Like, if we can get a full season out of Royce Lewis.
Correct.
The numbers he's going to put up are going to be ridiculous, but it's just a matter of he
ever gotten a full season out of Royce Lewis?
He's turning into Byron Buxton 2.0. Like
100%.
He'll come around first base and,
he might be worse than Byron Buxton. I've seen Byron Buxton play more than I've seen Royce.
Maybe I feel like we need to do something with that Minnesota Twins training. Do we need to have an HR orientation just so we can all go over? Because it keeps happening to these incredible stars, and I can't keep watching it happen. We'll unpack.
No, Corey Seager's
into our Cy Young talk because I got some.
Seager's a good choice. Seager's definitely a good choice, but we'll see. I I know a lot of people are still high on your Texas Rangers, Courtney. I'm not one of those people. Like,
I have some serious question marks about the bullpen, and the general overall long-term health of this rotation. John Gray got hurt during spring training, which sucks. Nathan Eovaldi is getting older. Jacob deGrom has not been healthy consistently for like 4 years now. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. I'm still excited. And in a season when the Astros have regressed by not wanting to pay people, I feel like the Rangers could probably take the next step. And the Mariners didn't even bother trying to take advantage of the fact that the Astros regressed. So yeah, I still think the Rangers will win the division.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to start on Seattle because I really like that ball club, but it's the same bullshit every year with them.
Great rotation.
Ownership group. Yeah.
Is Seattle the new White Sox?
Beautiful gowns.
No. They at least attempt to win. Like that.
Let me clarify that. What I mean by new White Sox, as in a lot of people thought this team was gonna be better than what they thought. I kind of feel like them and the Blue Jays was hyping them niggas up around the same time.
Are you talking about like the COVID year White Sox, or we were like, this is it? This is what they turned the
corner? Like 2020, 21, 2022 expectation White Sox.
Yeah, I can see the similarities. Like had we kept Giolito and Crochet and those guys, you could definitely make the parallels. But I think they're still a step ahead of the White Sox because we're just floating around right now. We don't know what's going on with them. But now let's go.
Also, the Mariners have literal Julio Rodriguez, right?
Yeah,
like
we got Luis Robert. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Who is Luis Robert?
What did Anthony Roberts say? What did Anthony Edwards say in that one?
We got Jay McDaniels.
They got KD. We got Jay McDaniels.
That's the same energy, Dante. That's crazy.
We got Luis Robert at home. Yeah. But no, real quick, National League MVP odds. Top 4, you got your reigning MVP Shohei Ohtani at number 1. Number 2, you got Juan Soto. He moved across boroughs. He's over in Queens now. Number 3, they have quickly moved beyond these PED allegations. Fernando Tatis is in the top 3 MVP odds right now. And number 4, everybody's favorite, boomer bust, Ellie De La Cruz. So, Courtney, who you got?
So my thing is, if Shohei Ohtani is pitching, he is winning that MVP. Like, they might as well just rename it at that point. And I said it earlier when I said, talking about the NL MVP, the only thing that would stop him from winning that award is if he is injured for a significant amount of time. Like, when's the last time Mike Trout won MVP? Was that 2018, 2019?
Damn, it's been that long.
It's been a minute.
I think it was like 2019 was the last time that Mike Trout won MVP. And I'm pretty sure that same season, he only played like 125, 135 games, right?
Fun fact, Mike Trout was right next to where the skirmish was after Josh Giddey made that game-winning shot last night. He was courtside the Bulls game. In the words of Stugatz, I wouldn't know that was Mike Trout if Mike Trout was sitting on my lap. And I think last night was the perfect embodiment of that.
No disrespect, bro does look like the regional manager of an In-N-Out franchise. When they put that City Connect uniform on, he did have to be photoshopped into an In-N-Out restaurant, and it was spot on. I'll send you the tweet that I made. It's spot on. But no, that's my thing. I think Shohei is winning if he pitches this season. You can't give it to anybody else. And again, he won simply off the strength of his offensive numbers last season. I think he could do it again even if he doesn't pitch. But if he does that and he pitches again, he's winning every time. Every time.
Yeah, Shohei is definitely a good choice. I kind of hesitated to pick him. It's not sexy, but... Yeah, no, but I mean, he's that good. He's also that good. And I like what Barry Bonds said about the fact that, Barry was like, I kind of want him to just hit. Like, we understand you're a good pitcher, but you're that great of a hitter. If you just fully focused on hitting, the numbers he put up would be crazy. But I'm actually going to go with Juan Soto. I think Juan Soto is going to lift the Mets, and the Mets were already a good baseball team. Having him and Frankie Lindor in the same lineup with Pete Alonso, they're going to put runs up. Juan Soto is going to get on base a lot. Like, a guy who has 109 RBIs last season, 129 walks, a 988 OPS, like the best eye in the game. 41 home runs. Also, let's not forget that part. But
Mm-hmm.
Juan Soto's a monster, bro, and that's why I'm with you. And I feel like while I think Aaron Judge will have a good season, when you lose that type of protection, it changes things. It's not the same. So I
100%.
think going to Queens, I think that ball club is going to be dangerous. I think the NL East is probably going to be damn near damn near the most exciting division in baseball.
NL
You got
East and
three.
NL West, man, are about
You
to
got
go
three
stupid.
really, really good teams. And but
Yep.
for MVP, for me, I gotta go Juan Soto. I don't think there's anybody else I could actually pick outside of Soto
Listen,
just right now.
Dante, you would not believe how loud the boos were when every single time that man went up to bat last night or yesterday afternoon in that ballpark. I was like, first thing I said to my girlfriend when we're sitting there talking about the game, I said, "Damn, what he do to y'all?" Oh, and then I remembered. That's right.
Oh yeah,
He came up in this ballpark and put his foot all up on your couch. That's what happened.
that's still one of the best.
2019.
One of the best postseason home runs I've ever seen. It's been a lot of classic home runs in that ballpark. Like a lot of people, and it's always against the Astros. Like it's never the Astros hitting these home runs. Jordan's hit a couple, but for the most part, they get smoked in their own ballpark.
Hey, I was that
religiously.
Game 6 of the 2022 World Series. That Jordan Alvarez home run off of Jose Alvarado was one of the most incredible things I've ever seen in my life. Easily. But that Juan Soto home run, yeah. The Astros,
and I will say this though.
What's up?
No, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say the Astros absolutely have been on the bad side of some monster home runs in their own ballpark. We remember they didn't win a single game at home in that ALCS against the Rangers in 2023 when the Rangers won.
Yeah. And I mean, we can go back to the Albert Pujols days when he put one on the train tracks. Like this has been happening. And also for NL.
Did you see that they rebranded the train, by the way? Because they rebranded
what?
the whole ballpark, right? So before the home run train used to have oranges in the back of it. So now it's sponsored by Route 66, so it just has giant baseballs in it. I'm not crazy about it, but I'm just glad that they kept the train.
Yeah. And I will say this, my dark horse for NL MVP is on the same team. It's Frankie Lindor. I think he's the most disrespected shortstop in baseball. Frankie Lindor is a superstar, and maybe because he's not as flashy as everybody else, but he has his own flair. But he's one of the most clutch hitters in the game. I think he's a beyond solid shortstop. Frankie's a guy that I really think gets overlooked too often. So that's my dark horse for MVP because I think he'll also get a boost from Soto.
Mm-hmm. I hear your Frankie Lindor, and I raise you in Ellie De La Cruz. I am very intrigued by the idea of Ellie De La Cruz as NL MVP.
Can you strike out 200 times and win MVP?
I don't know.
He's very much a boomer bust guy.
Correct, but it's also, like you said, dependent on whether or not he does learn to take more walks, because man do be swinging out of his shoes often.
Yeah.
You got to admire the enthusiasm, but I hope he can at least take the next step toward getting. I think he'll win an MVP in his career.
Okay. Yeah, we can go with that. We'll go with that.
I can live with that. Also, Michael Harris, but that's different conversation, different day. If he can stay healthy, I think Michael Harris could also be in that NL MVP race. I would put $50 on it right now. I don't know what his odds are if he even has odds right now, but I would put 50 on it.
Yeah, Mike he's a walking 30-30 guy. He just gotta stay healthy. Just stay healthy. So let's hit over the other side of the ball, the pitchers. The AL Cy Young. We got, of course, your reigning Cy Young winner, Tariq Skubal at number 1. Number 2, my Chicago White Sox have once again given an ace to Boston, Garrett Crochet. Number 3, you got Max Fried, which I did not expect to see. And number 4, you got Framber Valdez. People are still, the Astros, no matter how much you try to kill them off, people still have a lot of faith in them, and that's one of the reasons why. So, Courtney, who you got for AL Cy Young?
The last time that a pitcher repeated back-to-back Cy Youngs was 2018-2019 when Jacob deGrom won. And I got to be honest, something in me is telling me, and it doesn't matter about what happened last night because it's the fucking dog. Shit's going to happen, okay? I'm still going with Tariq Skubal. He's going to win again. First back-to-back AL Cy Young winner or Cy Young winner in general since Jacob deGrom 2018-2019. Give me Skubal again.
Yeah, I feel you. I'm actually going to go with my former White Sox Crochet. I think him having a full season where there will be no restrictions, you're going to see just how good he is. I mean, this is a guy who, outside of getting hurt, when he got hurt, he was always really effective for the White Sox, and you saw the flashes, even though they started him out in the bullpen. Yeah, uh, it's tough
and
because I still.
and when they let him pitch past the fifth inning, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. Like when they took the leash off and let him go, you saw how
Mm-hmm.
dominant he can be. The stuff is there, can reach triple digits. But he's a guy who would get stronger as the game went on. And I want to see if he's able to do that with the extended innings. Last season he only pitched 146 innings, had
Mm-hmm.
209 strikeouts in those 146 innings. So he was extremely effective winning out on the mound. But now we'll have a full season of that. And I think with the lineup they have in Boston, again, it was early, but you saw how exciting they were. I mean, unfortunately, it was against your Rangers, but I think that's going to be a really, really tough
I
ball club
wasn't
to beat
there.
all season. Yeah. So no, my AL Cy Young is Garrett Crochet, and before I toss it back to you, my dark horse, uh, he just never stays healthy. But it's your boy, it's your boy Jacob DeGrom. Like Jacob DeGrom is great, bro. He is
Yeah, but
amazing. He just can't fucking stay healthy.
Right, Jacob DeGrom is like one of the biggest what ifs ever. Like every time Jacob DeGrom pitches, or we talk about Jacob DeGrom, it makes me think of Derrick Rose a little bit. Like about Derrick Rose if Pooh get healthy, he can do this. It's the same thing with Jacob DeGrom. Like we don't ever get to see his greatness on full on display.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Scott. But that is also my dark horse. Again, I hate to sound like a homer. But yeah, if DeGrom can stay healthy, and even be like maybe relative, like I don't because Garrett Cole's not pitching. There's significant competition for Cy Young in the National League, but in the American League, I feel like it's a little bit thinner. Again, I said it earlier that I wanted to talk about the Minnesota Twins. I know we brought it up earlier. It's not very sexy. I feel like Bailey Ober could absolutely. I don't know what his numbers are looking like, his betting odds, if he even has any. Joe Ryan, also fantastic. But again, when you're talking about the American League Cy Young, you're talking about guys like Tarek Skubal, Joe Ryan, and Bailey Ober. You kind of have like and it's no discredit to them, right? But like, who's thinking of Joe Ryan, American League Cy Young winner?
Oh yeah, he's plus 4,000. So you're right.
I'd put $50 on it.
Yeah.
I'd put 50 on it. Anyway, that's my dark horse. Is Jacob DeGrom, and then I'd say Bailey Ober, then Joe Ryan.
Okay. Yeah, no Bailey on here, but Joe Ryan is definitely on the list. Now let's switch it over to the National League. Of course, the rookie phenom, Paul Skeens, is leading all odds. I expected that. Zach Wheeler is second. Chris Sale, reigning NL Cy Young, is third. And fourth is a guy that, we'll get into this, but Blake Snell is actually slotted at fourth right now. He's plus 1,000 across all three sports books. So Courtney, who you got for NL Cy Young?
It's not sexy at all, and it's probably pretty basic, but I'm going with Paul Skeens again. I think he could absolutely be dominant, especially now that Pittsburgh Pirates will let the training wheels off a little bit more, I should say. I think his highest pitch count at one point in any game was like 109 pitches. I like Paul Skeens to win. I think he could have won it. One might argue that he could have won it last season. But yeah, I'm going with Paul Skeens. And then I'd say my dark horse might be Michael King. Well, how do you feel about that, Dante?
I could see that. He's plus 2,500. So he has better odds than your boy Joe. But no, for me, I think right now, this is not a popular pick, too popular, but I'm gonna go with Blake Snell. I think if Blake Snell stays healthy, he's gonna win the Cy Young. And that's with everybody else on that roster. We know that every time he goes out, one of the issues he had last year was run support. He's not going to have that issue in Los Angeles. They're going to score runs for him. And Blake is a guy who, like, his ability to switch speeds, he's primarily a fastball changeup guy, but Blake is a really good pitcher. He's a gamer.
Mm-hmm.
As Pedro is my favorite pitcher. I love guys like that who, if it's a tough situation, if we need to win a series, if I need to give a guy the ball, even though with all the star power they have on that team, Blake Snell is still a guy I will look at and say, okay, Blake, go give me a W. And he's going to go out there and pitch you 6-7 innings and give you everything he's got. So I think my favorite and my guy I'm picking is Blake Snell. And Not a homer pick, but just if he gets enough innings, I think Spencer Strider can still win the Cy Young. Like as long as he's healthy, he'll be back.
He was
next
looking
month.
great. He was looking great though when he came back.
Yeah,
He was looking
and
good.
he'll be back next month. So if he can get back into the rotation, I think that's a guy who he could definitely challenge for Cy Young.
Definitely.
See, and okay, so we got our personal awards out the way. Let's get to the teams. Who you got winning the National League? I'll go first. They're gonna run it back. They are gonna run it back. The Los Angeles Dodgers.
I was about to say, let's not lie on this.
Yeah,
let's
not lie around.
Let's be real.
We can do that one quickly. Anybody got reasons why? But I know we all picking the Dodgers.
Shohei Ohtani, Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, Blake Snell, Yamamoto, the other nigga they signed. It don't matter.
Correct.
Kendrick Lamar, Ice Cube, nigga. I go all day. That's why.
No, yeah, I think we definitely all picking the Dodgers.
Yeah, well, it's not particularly close.
Yeah, but there is well. Let me ask you this, because I mean, obviously, we all picking the Dodgers. Is there a team out there that you all think could possibly, challenge them in the National League?
I was having a discussion with someone yesterday before the game. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Scott.
I was just gonna say, to me, like, I'm not believing the Mets yet because they're the Mets, and also I don't love that rotation. I would say the team is in their division. The Padres always give them a hard time, so by default, I'll say the Padres, even though I think that the Dodgers, if healthy, will smoke them. But if there's anybody in the NL I feel will give them the best, Orlando Phillies could be one as well too. I don't know. I kind of feel like
that's what I was going to say, Scott. That's what
Phillies magic might not be the same. I don't know. I want to see a full year of Fernando Tatis with that club, but the Dodgers' biggest threat is gonna be themselves. I'll be real.
Don't sleep on these Braves, bro. That's all I'll say.
I knew you about to say that.
Austin Riley puts it all together. Austin Riley is a
few
tweaks away from 40 home runs and a Gold Glove at third base. That's how much I like.
Who put the flip flops on them last night?
The Padres. I mean, that's game one. It's game one.
I'm just going off what we've seen already.
Scott, yeah. I hear you about the Padres, but also I don't know if I can trust them to keep that rotation together all season. They have a lot of internal issues with their ownership drama happening right now. I don't even know if Dylan Cease will even be there. If they could get a very good offer for Dylan Cease and ship him right off to somebody like my AL pennant winner. Am I allowed to say?
Oh yeah, no, you kick it off. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
The Red Sox. How you feel about Blake Snell, Dante, is how I feel about Walker Buehler. And I know he threw the last out of the World Series for the Dodgers last season. He's got that same energy, though. I know Garrett Crochet is obviously their
two-time world champion, right? Walker Buehler, by the way.
But I would love to see a 2018 World Series rematch between the Red Sox and the Dodgers, and that's my prediction for the season.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to stay in that division, but I know the issues, the question marks with the rotation.
Don't tell me you finna say the Yankees.
Oh, Lord.
No.
Oh, okay.
The Baltimore Orioles.
So
the Baltimore Orioles.
Okay.
Nah.
I'm very high on the Baltimore. Give me Gunnar, give me Adley. The whole crew, bro. Like I think that team is gonna put up a lot of runs this year. I also think they'll make a move for a pitcher. Like they're gonna have to make a move for a starting pitcher because you're gonna get to a point where you see, okay, we got this amazing offense. We cannot, leave them out there and expect them to go out and score 6 to 8 runs every night. It's gonna be some times where we have to win 1-run ball games, and I think they'll make the adjustments and they'll go out and get a guy to help them a lot. They might go get 2 shit. But no, I think for me, I got Baltimore. And I was really confident when I thought about this. When I sat down and looked at everything, I was like, no, I really got the Orioles.
How are you feeling about that right at this particular moment? While I'm staring at you.
I mean, crazy. I mean, it's 161 games left, but no, I'm going with Baltimore.
Okay, it's not a bad pick, but like you said, the only thing that gives me pause is their rotation or the lack thereof. It just doesn't move me.
Yeah, Scott, you got somebody for the American League?
I like Courtney's Red Sox take. I think the Red Sox had a pretty good offseason.
A great offseason.
Yeah, great offseason.
It was all time.
That's just crazy. gonna go Courtney. I'm buying Red Sox stock. I really am. They got a great manager as well, so it's not like something where they don't have a guy that hasn't been there before. I don't like the Yankees. I think the Yankees time has passed. I think last year if they didn't do it, they're not gonna do it. And losing Juan Soto, obviously a big blow. Losing Garrett Cole, obviously a big blow. I've never trusted Carlos Rodon, and I'm not going to start now. So I think Boston's going to have a good time. I'm not mad, Dante, at your Orioles pick, but I got to see it from the Orioles. The last couple seasons, we've seen them have really great regular seasons and fold in the wild card round. So until they actually win the round, I can't put it on them. I'm going with Boston.
Yeah, no, that's a good pick. I think Boston's going to be a really good team this season. Kyle, you have a very good point. They have let me down several times in the postseason where they get there and forget how to fucking hit. But I'm rocking with them this year. I got Dodgers, Baltimore, Courtney, Scott. Y'all got Dodgers, Red Sox, and I think we all have agreed that the Los Angeles Dodgers will probably repeat as World Series champion,
Dodgers
bro.
in 5.
Yeah, Dodgers in 5. I'm not gonna lie.
Maybe 6, but I'm still sticking with Dodgers in 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, we're gonna see the first repeat in 25 years. Since Jeter's Yankees, you're gonna see it. This is gonna be this last year was the beginning of a run. Like Shohei Ohtani, as somebody living in the Los Angeles area, people didn't know how. If you were a casual baseball fan, you didn't know how great this nigga was because he played in freaking Anaheim. He is an incredible baseball player. They've got an incredible lineup, even better pitching than last year. And I won't say they got the monkey off their back. They kind of did because people kept saying, it was the bubble championship. They did it in front of the hose. Yep. They did it in front of the hose. They feeling themselves, and I think the only thing that's going to stop them is injury. So, yeah, I think you're going to see them go back to back.
Yeah, no, you hit the nail on the head, bro. I think it's going to be tough for people to beat that ball club, bro. It's going to be fun. It's going to be one of those things that at times just like, here we go. This is bullshit. Because they're going to smack the bad teams. Let's be crystal clear. Like, it's going to be some of those 14-2. We got position players pitching and shit. Because the lineup is just that good. I know, people were talking about 6 through 9 yesterday, and then 5 through 9, and then Edman hits a home run. Like Teoscar is Teoscar. Like that.
I've been on high. I've been so high on Tommy Edman for years, and it will I think about it so often.
My boy Tommy Edman is a guy.
When I'm watching Cardinals games, because when they announced that was my first thought. When they announced that Nolan Arenado trade from the Rockies and between the Cardinals, I thought, oh God, they got Tommy Edman? That's crazy. And then I saw the trade, and I said, the Rockies didn't get Tommy Edman out of that Arenado deal. They're going to regret that. And now here he is balling out for the Dodgers. And that's what I say. If you have a good player, hold on to them because they will eventually end up on the Dodgers.
I loved watching Tom Hanks with his keeping score. And, Magic looking like he was asleep. And Rob Lowe showing all the effects of having 6 facelifts and doing cocaine for an entire decade. We saw yesterday. So shout out to them. It's going to be a fun summer at Chavez Ravine. I gotta pop out to a couple games. But anyway, man, check out Dante's High and Outside podcast debuting next week. We're going to be doing a high and outside segment each and every Friday. Well, basically, he's going to tell y'all what's going to be on that week's podcast, and we'll get into some of the top topics on the podcast. Catch I'm Not Gonna Hold You, hosted by Scott Lewis, every Monday and Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific, only on HMB Media and the Barbershop Network.